Hey folks, doing another unboxing here, this time for Ticket to Ride Legacy, Legends of the West. This is the latest game in the Ticket to Ride series, and the latest Legacy game, I would think. Basically, they took the Legacy treatment and applied it to Ticket to Ride. This game is getting rave reviews right now, so I am very excited to play it. Let's just dive in. I will not be showing any kind of spoilers here, so you don't have to worry about not watching or turning off at a certain point. There will be no spoilers. You're just going to see the box as after they tell you sort of how to initially set things up. That's what you're going to be looking at. So again, as soon as you open the box, you'll see this stop, read this first. Basically tells you how to set up all the components that are wrapped and whatnot. Takes you right through it and then tells you to read the entire rulebook, which is not that deep, but I'll show you that in a second. Nothing on the back, just that type of top sheet. We'll set that off to the side. Then we have the rulebook here, Legends of the West, glossy paper. Basically tells you new rules, all the different things. How to set up your first game. There's all kinds of rule sticker sections in the rule book to add new rules. This page is completely filled with sticker locations, etc. Back, even the reference on the back has sections for sticker locations. So again, it's a very quick rule book to read through. If you are familiar with Ticket to Ride, you will absolutely still need to read this rulebook because the game does play slightly different than a normal version of Ticket to Ride. The next thing we have here is this little tray, which contains all the map pieces. So you're going to build your first map using all these pieces. There is a sheet of paper that says, "Do not look at the frontier boards below until instructed." So at some point, you'll be instructed to lift that up, look at the components below. They're just going to be more map pieces. Just sort of a heads up or a word of warning. Looks like that might be bent a little. This entire package here, not this outside container, but everything inside was vacuum shrink wrapped. And you do have to open that up. That big sheet of paper does instruct you to open that up. Board tray, unwrap the board, do not look at the pieces, etc. So you will have to be careful with that when you're opening it up because it's just plastic wrapped, and just be careful not to look at anything beneath that. And then you can set it back in the tray just as is, and you're ready to go. Then we have a little plastic baggie. We have the coins. This is all the coins. They're in denominations of 1, 2, 5, 10, 20. I think that's it. 1, 2, 5, 10, and 20 in this well here. And they instruct you that that's where they go. All in one, not separated out. There's nothing here, but this is the buildings expansion. I think if you pre-ordered the game, you get this. It basically just gives you these plastic bits to indicate major cities. They don't tell you where to store these. I'm just sticking them right here for right now. There'll probably be something else that goes there at some point. You're going to have the 5 different player pieces here. So this game does play up to 5 players. You do not have to play it with 5 players. But they do recommend, I think, at least 3 to sort of get the full effect type thing. There are different sets of rules for if you have 2 to 3 players versus 4 to 5 in terms of how many cards you stick in this or that. I believe there's a difference. Probably put a little wash on these train cars. Maybe might do 1 or 2 and see what they look like. The different color train cars look different. I don't know what I'll do for black. I'll have to do some sort of, I don't know. Let's see what washes I have. You have the different player boxes. So one for each color. There's two sides to these boxes. They're split in half. One side has a flap, which you can open up, and you will put cards that you have, that type of stuff, in there. And then the other side is your vault, and there's just a slit at the top, and you're going to calculate your score at the end of each game, and you're going to put it in the slot. At the end of the game, they tell you that, or at the end of the campaign, rather, they tell you that you'll open up the vault, and everybody will pull out their stuff. There's a flap at the bottom to do that. And what you have in your vault is going to help determine who actually wins the campaign. So you're basically, you win games by having the most money, making the most money, and I would imagine the campaign is going to, whoever wins the campaign is going to be the same. Money will be heavily factor into score, but there may be additional things. I'm not sure. On the back, you will find the different years. So the game takes place over 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, yep, 12 games. You have the middle column here, there's a set of trains, or icon of trains. Let me show that. That have a number, and that's how many trains you start with for that game or that year. And then to the right, you can write down your score. Basically, how much money you got for that campaign or for that game. They tell you that you basically have a decision to make as a group whether you're going to record that information. So if you record that information on your box, everybody has to record that information, and it is viewable at any time by any player. So you'll be able to keep track of how much money people have in their vault. If not, if you don't keep track, then you as the player, each individual player, will have to remember how much money they have in their vault, in their bank slips. At no time can you ever open the vault until the end of the campaign in order to check on that. You either record it on the back where everybody can see it, or you don't record it, and then you are at the mercy of your memory. And my memory is going, so I'm going to fight hard to maybe keep track of it, but it would be an awful lot of fun to not have to keep track of it and to not really know. That could be interesting. Then you have, I think this is called the conductor's box. They tell you not to open this or touch it, which I just did. Well, they basically tell you not to open it, look at the contents. You have the different frontier boxes. I'm assuming these open up and add the new map pieces. Again, Florida, open range, like they're all labeled similarly. Haunted wastes, that looks good, or sounds good. And then you have the deck box. So we'll open this up. You have your story deck. This is still in wrap because I am not taking it out yet. I've not looked under here. I don't know if this is just a filler to sort of put this deck at the top, but there's that. Then in that large sheet of paper, they tell you how to organize all these bricks of cards. So all these cards come in 3 different bricks, and they tell you what to put where. You have all your train cards here. You have your tickets here. You'll have events here. Your storeroom is going to contain essentially the first player token, which is the caboose, as well as the scoring cards for each player. Those actually can go in these boxes. And then there's the bank sheets, your bank slips, what we use to keep track of your score through each game. You have your post office, which has all the post office cards. They tell you to open, basically take it out of the shrink, put it in there, and do not look at them. And then dead letter offices is where cards go to die, essentially. So once a card is removed from the game, it goes into the dead letter office, and it's out. They do have these foam components that you can keep in here to sort of keep your cards in line. I'm assuming these are going to add more cards into this tray, so we'll probably end up taking 1 or 2 of these out as we expand things. And So that's how that all gets set up. And yeah, that's that. I have not taken this insert out to see if there's anything on the bottom. Maybe I should do that. Uh-oh. There is. Well, something under the bottom of the insert, folks. Looked to me like a set of things. Looked like it was a rule book as well as a sticker sheet, but I don't know what it all entails or what it's going to go for. But if you're the type of person that always looks under your insert, you might not want to for this game until instructed to do so. I'm assuming at some point they're going to instruct you to do that. Yes, so we'll just get all that set back there. And Ticket to Ride this. All right, so that is Legends of the West. Now, there are some differences between a normal Ticket to Ride game and this, at least the base game. There's going to be a ton of different rules added, modules, etc. But the base game different. So you don't score. One of the big changes is that you do not score when you complete a route. So, you used to be able to score, like if it was a 2-train route, you got 2 points or 3 points, and then if it was a 3-train route, you got additional points, etc. You don't score for those anymore. There's a bunch of other different calculations that go in. You're accruing money, and your money is determined who wins the game. You're going to note that down on those bank slips. You're going to tuck those bank slips into your vault on your player's box. And then at the end of the 12 games, you're going to open those vaults, and I'm assuming the game will tell you how to calculate who actually wins the campaign. I hope that it's not just he who has the most money, he or she who has the most money at the end of the campaign type thing. Like, you're not just going to open up your banknotes, your vault, and look at the banknotes and be like, okay, just add all your totals up, and then whoever has the most money wins. I hope there's a little more to it. Maybe some other things that you add into your bank vault, some other cards or something that you can, increase the value of what you have versus just the bank that you have, the bank slips you have in there. So hopefully there's a little something different there. But maybe not. We'll just have to play and see. Really looking forward to this game. It's a little pricey. It's $120. And you're basically paying $10 a game because there's 12 games. I think you can replay your board at the end, but I don't know why you would want to. That board is going to be specific to you and your play group. And if I was going to continue to play, I would probably, depending on how much fun I have with this, I would maybe buy another copy of this to go through it again. I know several reviewers out there have already said that they played through the whole campaign and they're absolutely buying a second copy to play through again. So that tells me that the secrets or the reveals in here, while they may be good, they're not going to give you an advantage if you've already played through it once. Like, it's coming up, but it's going to be affected by how you play or what cards you get, how you do your routes, what tickets you have, that type of thing. It's not like, oh, I can pre-plan game 3 because I know in game 4 X, Y, and Z is coming. I don't think you can do that type of stuff. You just know that, okay, X, Y, and Z is going to happen next game, and you probably have a little bit of an advantage because you'll know how the rules work or how the best placement works for this or that or whatever. But who knows? But I'm absolutely looking forward to this. Can't wait to play this. Ticket to Ride, Legends of the West.